Then, of course, on the 7th, which is Thursday, we have Jimmy and Andrew who will be in South Florida in in Fort Lauderdale, actually Plantation. All that information is on this events tab here on the Ludaxx Facebook page. So just go to official fan page for Ludaxx. Then, of course, I want to make sure you're aware of this cruise coming up. A lot of people have had trouble getting hold of the travel agent with American Express. We will not be using them again in the future. Just go to royalcaribbean.com and get your room. Cabins are going fast. Many of the classes of cabins are already sold out. Make sure you get on Freedom of the Seas. That's Royal Caribbean Freedom of the Seas, leaving from Port Canaveral on March the 17th. And you will be part. And once you get registered for that, make sure you contact our corporate office so we can make sure you're on the list, so we bring enough gifts and swag and have you on our group list. Next, we have our Ludaxx YouTube pages. We've got a lot of great testimonials on youtube.com/Ludaxx video. And some fun videos, some short testimonials. But then this corporate site, youtube.com/Ludaxx corporate. If you haven't seen this video, the Ludaxx launch cruise is quickly approaching, having fun. The Luz had, Andrew and Daniel had a lot of fun. And if you don't know this beautiful lady right there, that's Andrew's wife, Monica. So guys, she's hands off. She's already taken. But we've got Jimmy Lou here. We've got a webinar that I did on the importance of going to the launch event. If you have not watched that, I strongly recommend you watch that and many of the others. And finally, our Ludaxx business building system has been revised. Understand it's still in the beta format until the cruise. In fact, right here it says the 2013 pre-launch rough draft. The official version in the booklet will be released on the boat, the Royal Caribbean Freedom of the Seas. You can go to this and download it. It's not perfect yet. It will be formatted, and our graphics design guy will do his magic on it. But we're still getting input from the Diamonds. This is really a piece of art done by a combination of input from Diamonds in the field, experienced leaders. So go to up here at the top, slideshare.net/Ludaxx. We also have some PowerPoints that are loaded up there. And now we are also loading up documents until they're finalized and put on the official corporate site. So let's shift over to our presentation tonight and our special guests. I am so excited to have the folks with us tonight, and who better to start us off than Rosemary. We're going to go ladies first. Roz has been in this industry. We call her Rosalie, but the next slide I have her name, how I know her, and that's R-O-Z, Roz. But Rosalie is from Melbourne, Australia. That's where she resides now. She's going to tell you a little bit about her background. She's been in the network marketing profession now for over 25 years. And I remember when I first met Roz, she said, I'm 70 years young, and she has got a lot of energy. She is a leader of leaders. She knows what it takes to build a team, not just nationally, but she's built teams internationally. And we're just glad to have her. She's a mother, a grandmother, and a network marketing professional. So Roz, I have you unmuted. Are you with me?
Yes, thank you very much, Gary. Thank you. I'm wondering where you found that photograph.
I'm not going to tell you. When you don't provide, I make do. You know, there's a beautiful photo of you, but I wanted people to see in action on the stage. So,
okay, very nice. Yes. Well, as you quite rightly said, I have been in network marketing for a long time. But prior to being in network marketing, I was just in direct sales. And one of the things that actually attracted me to network marketing was the fact that I could build residual income. You see, back in, how long ago was it? 1989, I was virtually burnt out because every single week you had to reach a target, and then every month a target, and you do well. And then what did you do at the beginning of the next week? You start it all over again. Now, of course, one of the great things in network marketing is that, yes, you work hard, exactly the same as I did before, but you are slowly building up a team and building yourself some residual income. And that was highly attractive to me. So that was really how I got started. And I remember the guy that I started with, my mentor, I said, well, what do I do first? And he said, well, what you've got to do is you've got to sign up, or you've got to have 5 people signed up. And I thought, well, that's easy. Someone that had been in direct sales, there couldn't be any. I mean, I was signing up 15 people a week. I could sign up 5, no problem. So within a couple of days, I went back to him and said, okay, I've signed up 5 people. And he said to me, okay, well, that's the start. Now you really need to teach them how to do the same. Now, this was different. I had never done anything like this. And of course, one of the people that I'd signed up really didn't want to do anything but buy the product, didn't want to know anymore. Another one said, oh, yes, and was very, very eager, but in actual fact didn't do anything either. And so I realized that although I had signed up 5 people, that they weren't all people that were going to build the business. So in actual fact, I had to go back to the drawing board and start asking more intelligent questions and finding out what people wanted, so that when I did sign them up, I knew that I'd got either a product user or I'd got someone that wanted to build the business that I could work with. And the next thing, of course, that was really important was really to start with the basics. And even though I've been in network marketing for many, many years, I always go back and start at the basics again. I always go back to the good old list, finding all the people that I need to talk to, etc. And we've got this wonderful get started right that Gary, I believe, has put together. And really, if we follow that through, we can't make any mistakes. And of course, we need to follow that through with the people that we're actually signing up. Okay, so how do you actually how do you actually assess a company who to join? Why did I actually join Ludaxx? Well, you know, you go through the things. Well, okay, it's got a good management team, and there seems to be plenty of money behind this, which is really important. Yes, the pay plan, that's great, that's good, and yes, it's got a good product. Hang on a minute. It's got something more than just a good product. It's got something that makes people want it, not just need it. The timing is absolutely perfect with it. It's got massive media support. It gives quick results, which I won't discuss at the moment, because I certainly saw some quick results, and I'm sure you've all experienced that. It's easy to take. Not only is it easy to take, but it's pleasant. Now, you think of all the fuss and bother there is with a lot of products, etc. Not with this, not with the sugar blocker. It's a very, very pleasant product. So really, we've got something that I don't believe anybody else has had. And I feel just so privileged to be right at the beginning of something that I feel has got absolutely massive potential. Now, Gary, I think I've probably talked for 5 minutes, which is the time you've allotted me. So I'm going to hand back to you now.
Well, Roz, we are so fortunate to have a leader of your caliber with us this early on. And, you know, I know Jimmy Lou is so excited to get out there to Australia on the 11th, 12th, and 13th. And you guys have definitely deserved it. That's kind of a reward to get him to come out there before we've even, you know, had our official launch to come to Australia. So I know you guys are building aggressively for that. Roz, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations again on reaching Crown Diamond.
Thank you.
So we will get to hear from you again in the future, I know, Roz. So I'm going to jump into our next guest, and that's Malcolm Wallace. And Malcolm, I'm going to unmute you here real quick and advance a slide. You didn't send me this slide, Malcolm, but I found it, and I thought, wow, this guy's having some fun out there on the boat. And Malcolm, you and I have had a chance to visit a little bit, and you've joined us on our Diamond monthly webinars, and you live in a country where we're not even open to do business, and that's Thailand. You live on the island of Phuket, which is a beautiful resort community. My wife and I have been there, and it's beautiful. People come from all over the world just to visit there, and you live there, and you're going to hopefully share with us how that came about. But I know you got to the point where you could live just about anywhere in the world, and you chose a place where you didn't have to wear a shirt. And you told me how hard it was to find a picture because you don't have any pictures with a shirt on. I said, that's fine. We don't need a picture with a shirt, but I'm glad you found at least one. And it's probably good that you don't get bugs splattered all over you and you wear a shirt when you're on that nice bike. But Malcolm, I know you've had some incredible success in life, and especially in the network marketing profession. And you're building a global business in the markets where we are open, and that's exciting to me. So, Malcolm, great to have you. Congratulations on Crown Double Diamond.
Thank you very much, Gary. Okay, real quick sound check. I'm okay this time?
You are. Just a little bit more volume on your end. Just shout at us here in North America if you would.
Well, it's long distance to Thailand.
That's great.
If you have to walk.
We can hear you fine.
Especially if you have to walk. So, yeah, thank you for having me on the call. You folks are being on the call very smart. What we're doing is offering you a great opportunity here. And I kind of treat these calls a little bit like a training call, and I'm excited. I wasn't. Anyone that knows me well for 2 years prior to this, it looks like I'm having a great lifestyle there. Yes. What a fantastic industry we have in network marketing, direct sales, multi-level marketing, you name it, whatever you want to call it. But you can achieve any of your dreams, and that's what this whole industry is about, really. Or what anything in life is really about. We're trying to be better ourselves, achieve our dreams, and it's so simple with having a vehicle where you can be in business for yourself, And I was not always a network marketer, and people go, oh, you're going to be a winner because you already have. No, I used to be a plumber. Come on, right? A plumber, a car salesman, those sort of things, just like everybody else. So I started where everyone else did, but I learned a couple key elements. One, to be excited. 90% of being successful in business is being excited. I learned to get plugged in and stay plugged in, become part of a team, a community, and stay connected. And it was just about creating relationships. And that's what I've done, but it's evolved. So I suppose I'm going to be a little different. If anyone's heard me speak before, I'll be a little different on this call because the market has evolved and everything has evolved in this industry. And sure, I had a lot of fun. Gary, I built that custom Harley myself, a 99 Softail, but the whole thing's chromed out, and it's a $30,000 bike. And it was great. So much fun. And that boat, that does 82 knots, and I put 2 brand new engines in it. And, I lived in a house of my dreams. I have no idea what square feet, but 8,600 square meters of living space. And there's lots of leaders in the industry came and stayed at that place. I built it to be like a resort, a getaway for the people. But you know what? 2 years ago, I lost every single thing, every cent I had. And when Ian Spicer contacted me, and this is the truth, folks, for being at the top, and it's happened a couple of times. When Ian Spicer contacted me, I was just being in trouble with the local authorities because I got caught stealing eggs, not shoplifting. I was sneaking into a farm across the field, stealing eggs because I was that hungry. I'm not kidding you, folks. So you can be at the top and you can go down. And he asked me had I heard of a sugar blocker. I got excited. And here's why I'm excited. We're going to share with you what I think is really an incredible discovery and breakthrough, you personally and everybody living today. Throughout times, there's been discoveries that come along daily, and they become necessities in our life. And that's what made me excited about Ludaxx. We're not out there, my vitamin C is better than your vitamin C. I'm talking about a necessity. Regardless of who you are, how well off you are, people use these necessities every day. And if you're lucky enough to be one of the people that were able to offer a product like that, a necessity, a service, you made incredible fortunes, right? Think about this. So, having said that, it's important to understand the opportunity you got here. It's like a necessity. Instead of attempting to try and treat a symptom, what we learn with most companies out there, marketing products, ailments, health supplements. What are we doing? We're stopping it. It's a whole different approach to your business. That's what I want to try and get across to you. We're in the business of stopping it. We're stopping it before it begins. We stopping whatever initiates it, causes it, and we're stopping what feeds it. It's protection. That's what we're doing with our flagship product, and that's all because of, I think, of the knowledge, the insight of the Lu family. So, one, to be exposed to this medium of getting products out there, direct sales, and it's a fantastic way. There's no better way than word of mouth. And then also his wisdom in coming up with not a health product. We're selling it protections. Just like, think about this, just like water. It's a necessity every day. Regardless of what financial standing you're in, you're going to get your water, just like toothpaste. So we've got something that's incredible. And we're very lucky to be amongst the very first people to be able to do this. And I say very first people because you really are. This will grow unlike other network marketing companies I see out there, because you've got a necessity product. So it's going to be an everyday household. Now what do you got to do to be in front of that? And I jotted 3 notes down for this call. Get plugged in, stay connected, and use your social media platform. That's the new way to be marketing, folks. And Gary, I see him leaning to that direction. That's fantastic. Gary's building us a 1, 2, 3 punch system. Have a duplicatable system. Here's a company that's got a leader that's doing that for us. And all you need to do now is get plugged into the company and use what you use to build your business. This is a conversational business. Have you heard of a sugar blocker? So use Facebook, use Twitter, use Google, use whatever, Skype, use those, I don't know, Instagrams. I'm trying to think of them all. Use those things to share what you're doing. You don't have to go out there and say, I got a great business, going to make you a millionaire. Hey, this is what I've just started doing. Look what's happening to me. Other than that, I like what we've got, these fantastic opportunities coming. People in Toronto on this call. Claire Riley is doing a fantastic job. A lot of you people know her as a different name, but she's recently married. And Gary did a bang-up job. On the road, folks, get people together, because Gary, I hear the feedback. He's just incredible on stage, and he gets the picture across to people. So Toronto, the cruise, yes, that's an event that will be a hallmark for the industry as well as this company, and you're in the beginning. But also, you want to hit the ground running, because this is the beginning, and there'll be the masses of people that come in, unlike other companies that we've seen, and you're ahead of all of it. Thanks for having me on this call, Gary, and what great leadership we have in our team with Ian Spicer, but then the people have been on the call, on the calls in the past few weeks. It's fantastic. And the last
Malcolm, thank you. You hit some amazing points there, and we appreciate your vision, and nothing holds you back. And I like the fact that, we all get knocked down once in a while, and not too many people want to admit it, but we all get knocked down. And you shared a very personal story there that I think is important, that it's how fast you get up and what you do from that point on. Nobody can take away the skill set that you had acquired in network marketing. They can take away your money. People, that's how it works. Wealthy people lose money and they get it back because they have the skill set and the knowledge to do that. And that's exactly what I see you have done in such a short period of time. And the thing that I liked about, just to recap Roz, is she said, to find out why the people joined Ludaxx. Was it just to benefit from the products? That's great. Or if it's to go out and build a business, we need to ask the right questions, find out why they're partnering up with us here at Ludaxx. And you just heard from 2 amazing leaders, and they would not be here if it wasn't for our very own DJ, Ian Spicer. I pulled out some pictures, and this the reason I put the one on the left, Ian, is because we couldn't see your smile, that your trademark smile, in this one picture on the right. And I think I know why, because if you're if it's midnight in Sydney in the harbor and you're on top of the opera house, then I'd be a little stressed out too, welcoming in the new year. So obviously you are a very famous DJ there in your home country, but we're just glad to have you on the team. I don't know anybody who's worked more aggressively, traveled more miles. I think you've circled the continent. You've traveled around your own country several times, doing multi-city tours, hopping on planes. I actually had the good fortune of taking one of those tours with you, a 3-city tour, a different city every day, and man, I get tired just watching you, not to mention traveling with you. So, Ian, you have done some amazing things. Crown Triple Diamond. You are one of a half a dozen people that have done that worldwide. You're the very first to accomplish that in Australia. Congratulations. And we're just glad to have you on the webinar tonight and to hear from your success.
Well, thank you very much, Gary. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, and I know you gave me I know you gave me a lot nicer bio and a more impressive one, but I forgot to print it up. But I figured I know you well enough. You got such a great background. I know Jordan Klaus. I know you were actually on an airplane between New York and LA, over 30,000 feet when you found out, when you made the decision to move forward with this. Maybe you can share with us a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, I'll talk to you about that in a second. But I want to start, Gary, by saying it's an absolute honor to be working with you. It's for you guys who don't know Gary, he's had over 23 years experience, mostly in the field with network marketing. He is a grassroots performer, and he knows what it takes to help us become successful. He teaches us to do the simple things. He's been a great inspiration to myself and all our team. And to say also that I'm so proud to be on this call with Rosemary and Malcolm Wallace. They are great friends of mine, if you guys don't know. And they've been two of the most influential mentors in my life over the last 6 years. It's kind of like a dream come true for me, because I've had a little bit of success in network marketing, but never really kind of hit a home run. And I've certainly never experienced anything like the excitement and the kind of this early momentum of people joining and telling other people about it, and the success that we're having with this amazing company, Ludaxx. It's just, this what Malcolm and Ross said is true. This is just spreading. Like you can have a great product, if it doesn't spread, you got nothing. But people are talking about this. This is a mass market product, and there is mass market demand as soon as people find out about it. We don't need to educate them about the problem. They know about that. We're just going to let them know we've got it and that it's real, and then people want it. And as Mal said, this is a protection product. It's about necessity, and that's kind of even one step further than preventative. It's not necessarily preventative. It's going to stop you getting from something in the future. This is protecting you from. These products are protecting you from things that are doing harm right now, and they're going to be looked at as things like toothpaste, protects you from tooth decay, sunscreen, protects you from the skin. But this is highly consumable. This protects us from a bigger problem than all of those things. So I want to say a huge thank you and pay massive respect to Malcolm and Roz for being such great teachers, and obviously for your wonderful efforts in Ludaxx, as I certainly wouldn't be talking to you guys today without their efforts and without their guidance. So I'm going to start quickly to let you know, when I was young, my father used to tell me if I wanted to be in control of my life, then I had to have my own business. And that was good advice. He also said to me, if I wanted to be really successful, I needed to do something I loved. And so I did something that he probably wasn't too happy with. I moved down to Melbourne from Sydney. I became a DJ and started a dance music club, which was my own business, but I'm sure that's not what he had in mind, but it was certainly a lot of fun. But over the next 14 years, in my search for success, I owned the businesses I owned and the clubs that I owned got bigger and bigger until finally around 2000 I launched kind of what I thought was going to be the pinnacle, which was a 3,000 capacity club and 200 seat fine dining restaurant. And the craziest thing was that the bigger the businesses got, and the more I had to work, the more stressed I got, the more tired I got. I ended up with unable to sleep. And I walked down to the beach one day near my house, and I just kind of looked up to the heavens, and I said, what am I supposed to be doing with my life? And it's funny, you kind of ask and you kind of get these answers coming back to you. And it was right after that I was introduced to network marketing and this concept of leverage, and the idea that I could work with a small group of people and using some simple rules just help them do the same, and eventually kind of create a group of thousands of people all using a small amount of product and receiving a small percentage from everyone's efforts. And I just, kept thinking, with the right company in this industry, the potential has to be unlimited. And so, you know, I was never taught about this thing called leverage in school, and as far as I know, they still don't teach it, but it was something my dad didn't know about either, unfortunately. But when I discovered this concept and what it truly meant, I was just so excited. I felt like I'd found the missing link to success. So company I was introduced to then was in the area of health, and I found out soon after that that the best health products in the world are only available through network marketing. When I looked at the business model, it seemed kind of simple, like, even though it was presented to me in a complicated way. And we kind of always do that. We tend to complicate what we do most of the time when it can be so simple. And I just saw it like this, you know, a network marketing company is a company that pays its customers to tell their friends. What a great idea. And I kind of thought, you know, it's like almost a holistic idea, you know, for the people that are the doubters and the haters out there. This is simple. It's a company that pays its customers to tell their friends. Sure, back then, people weren't used to buying products online, but now they are, and so that kind of brings us, you know, a long way forward and gives us so much more acceptance out there in the market. But before I got started, I asked this mate of mine who was introducing me, I said, look, I want to meet the most successful people in the company so I can find out a little bit more about this network marketing. And he gave me the phone numbers for Malcolm, Wallace, and Rosemary, funnily enough, who are on the call with me today. And we did what we call a three-way call. And if you guys haven't done three-way calls, this is what got me into the business. My friend called them up, got me on the phone, and I met these guys as industry experts. And I spent over an hour on the phone to each of them. And what Malcolm told me was, if you do this business, you can create the most unlimited and most ultimate success you've ever dreamed of in your life. The only thing you have to make sure is you never, ever, ever give up. And I always kind of held that so strong and so true, and I never forgot that. And what Ros told me was that if you just keep doing the simple things over and over, anyone can make, you know, be successful in this industry. And I listened to that as well, and wouldn't be here without them. So the company we're with, you know, wasn't destined to be a long-term company, and I knew it wasn't going to be the solution to create the life of our dreams. But, you know, I decided to make myself a student of the industry, and I've been searching, you know, everything that was coming out in the industry, knowing that one day I'd be in the right place at the right time. If I just kept looking, when the really amazing opportunity came along, and it took 6 years, but it was, you know, 6 years later, when I was, as Gary said, I was like flying on a plane from New York to LA. I was 30,000 foot in the air. We don't have Skype and internet on the planes in Australia. I'm sure that's not great for the radiation, but I was talking to my mate Jordan Klaus, who also have to congratulate on hitting that Crown Triple Diamond this month. You are a legend. And he said, have you heard of a sugar blocker? And I said, no, what's that? And my brain went into overdrive. I was on the way from New York to LA, and I thought, wow, if I could ever get a 30,000 foot at anything, it has to be from up here. And I've got to say, guys, when I finally had a chat to Jimmy and I looked at this company, it was absolutely love at first sight for me. I kind of like everything that I've ever dreamed of, everything that I'll learn about, everything was in place. When we're looking at an opportunity, the kind of products they've got, they're just so consumable, they're mass market, they're protected, they're patented, they're just so cool and sexy, they're so easy to share with people. And when you tell people about them, they're interested in them straight away. There's not like convincing people to about something that they don't really know they need and then telling them they need it, and it's, you know, the price of the products, this low barrier to entry to, you know, try these products is so good. What Ros mentioned, they work so quickly, you know, in a couple of days. Most products, we've got to just kind of believe that they're working, or maybe they take a few months. These work in a couple of days. So do you think people are going to tell people about them? You know, they're not weight loss products, but we have, as one of the great side effects of our products, this amazing solution to an epidemic in the world. We have, you know, with the other sugar blocker product, the solution to probably one of the greatest nutritional products in the world. They're so exciting to talk about. They're so simple. You know, when we talk about, you know, the business opportunity, it's just simple. You know, you enroll, you become part of the Ludaxx family, and you share it with people. You enroll a few distributors, and the company pays you. They said it's so easy. You buy your product each month, and the company pays you. Just share it with a few people, and the company pays you. The number one thing that I found it's, you know, kind of really good to focus on is just to, you know, really focus on, you know, rather than being sales, focus on distribution, first sales. focus on setting up the vending machines around the country. Don't focus on just doing the linear sales. You know, that's really, really important. Focus on the passive income, not the linear income. The linear income with this company is great. That fast track bonus and the fast start bonus. Fast track bonus, by the way, has just gone through the roof with the new amendments to the pay plan. But, you know, focus on the passive income, because that's really going to start building up. It's going to start small. And even if it takes 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to get up to where you want to go, you're going to have an income with this company that's going to last you decades. This is setting up. This is going to be the next Amway. This is going to be the next Herbalife or Nu Skin, without a doubt. As Gary says, people are going to be talking about the Lu family for a really, really long time. You know, you've just got to get this product and this company in front of people. Just sort through people. Don't try to convince anyone. If you're getting negative feedback from anyone, just get out of their way quick and talk to somebody else. You know, make sure you're surrounding yourself with positive people, and, you know, really just live what this company is all about, the Ludaxx lifestyle. With Ludaxx, you know, we work really hard, but we play hard as well. That means have a balance. You know, spend the time with your family. Don't cut yourself off from the rest of your life to go and build this business. I'm working hard, but I still spend 4 or 5 hours with my kids every day. Wife's in Japan at the moment. I'm looking after them, single parenting, and, you know, I'm spending 4 or 5 hours with them every day at the moment. And, you know, dream big, guys. You can dream as big as you want with this company, and just start. And, you know, different people are going to get successful faster than others, but just if you stay the course, you learn how to do this, learn the simple rules that Gary teaches, you are going to be very, very successful with this company. This is a dream come true, and for me, it was absolutely love at first sight. So, Gary, I want to thank you and very much for having me on the call tonight.
Ian, you're a great leader, and it has a kind of nice ring to it, doesn't it? That Crown Triple Diamond. I know that's not your ultimate goal, but you're living the lifestyle, and you have your priorities straight. We're just glad to have a person of your caliber on board with this, and to see the kind of people that you're attracting to the company, and that just speaks volumes to the company and the product line. But more importantly, our founders, and Jimmy and Jafong Liu and Andrew and Daniel. I get to work with them every day. And are things perfect at the office? Absolutely not. But just kind of an announcement, we just brought on a new executive today from a very large, successful network marketing company here in Utah. And we're doing that almost on a monthly basis now. We realize that the company is moving forward, and we are attracting some of the best on the field side, but also on the corporate side. So rest assured that we're still in the final stages of this pre-launch, but after we get on this ship and launch, there's so many exciting things that will happen on this cruise ship. You're going to get a chance to meet in person the Rosmarys and the Ian Spicers and the Malcolm Wallaces and the Todd and Kathy Humphreys and the top leaders from Florida and California and Canada, the Jordan Klauses of the world. I mean, this is going to be, I don't want to say the who's who just yet, because that might be a little hypey, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, man, this is, in my opinion, the most incredible leadership team ever assembled at such an early stage. There's got to be a reason, folks. There has to be a reason for that this is happening. And the only question is, who's going to participate? Who's going to help us take this company to become a household name? It's going to happen. And I believe the people on this cruise ship are going to be a part of history. As Ian said, people will be talking about this event for years to come. They're going to say, wow, you were there when there were just a couple hundred people with the Liu family on the freedom of the sea, launching out of Port Canaveral, which is where NASA does all their space launches. If we could get everybody on the space shuttle, it would be a great way to launch this company, but we don't quite have the budget for that yet. But I'll tell you, it is exciting. If you have not watched some of the videos explaining what's going to happen on this cruise ship, I know there's going to be in-depth time where you'll have training from Jimmy Liu, from the leadership in the field. I'm actually going to share a training that it's called 20 Lessons Learned from 20 Multimillionaires in the Network Marketing Profession over the last 20 years. I've been teaching that for 3 years. So I've actually added 3 bonus tips. And this is a training that I've not done yet with Ludaxx. You're going to get to have training from the Crown Triple Diamonds. Each one of them is going to have a training session that it's optional, but I wouldn't miss it for the world, because I learn from these leaders every time I'm around them. And I don't care if it costs you $10,000 with your airfare and the cruise and whatever else expense it takes to get there. It will be worth tenfold what you invest in this week that you spend with us. I really wish it did cost $100,000 for people to attend, because then they would treat it like a traditional business. If you bought a McDonald's franchise and spent $1 million or $2 million, I guarantee you'd spend the money for a plane ticket and hotels, which would cost you a lot more than this cruise is, for a week to 10 days to go to Chicago and attend Hamburger University. Why would somebody spend that much money to get started in business and not want to be trained and taught how to do it? Some of you have been in the industry before. That's okay. I'm confident that you will learn from the participants on this event. So with that, our time is spent, folks. We have been well taught here tonight. I look forward to this every week. This is one of the highlights of my week, to be here with each and every one of you, the people that are out there building it, making it happen. And we'll look forward to being here again next week. We got 3 more incredible guests lined up for next week, and you don't want to miss it. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gary Hassan. Good night and God bless.